pace yourself, don't stop yourself. Breathe, get that air in, prepare, because in this round you're gonna squeeze. You're gonna squeeze like you've never squeezed before. Let's show what we're made of. And breathe. It's all mental. The Sveppers series is something that we dug out from the pits of wrestling classes while we were doing MMA in Finland. Now, every Sunday there used to be this conditioning wrestling class, which was incredibly tough, excruciating rounds of wrestling. And in the end of that class, we would do a barbell circuit that was called the Sveppers series. I'm not absolutely sure where it comes from. I think it comes from some Finnish wrestlers. It was essentially you're already exhausted, and then right from there we go to do this barbell circuit, and actually in the original version you do it with a partner. So the way it was done is that you get the barbell, you usually choose between 50 to 25 kilos depending on your strength, and then you will do these 6 exercises, and you will do one set, and the other one will do one set and you get the rest, and then again you do the other exercise and the other person get the rest, and so on. You always go in pairs chasing the exercise until you do all 6 exercises, and then you repeat like 1 to 2 rounds of that. So when we go to what I noticed was that after doing this for the very first time, my forearms, my upper back had never been so sore before doing that. It was like, I remember it being sore for almost close to 2 weeks. It was that tough doing it for the first time then. And I realized that, okay, it's no wonder that the wrestlers use this, because the wrestlers need a lot of power, they need a lot of forearm strength, they need a lot of like a strong neck as well. But it really made sense because it's quite a full body exercise, and even like this motion here that we're doing, the scooper. If you think about this, and you know some wrestler grips you, like he's gonna use the throwing mechanic, push with his hip to throw some persons. So this movement's using the hip drive, conditioning the arm strength. It's actually quite functional considering the sport of wrestling or doing MMA wrestling even. So it's very trains, especially the glutes, the hip powers tremendously well. It trains, as I said, the core stability. It trains the arms linked to that whole base that you have. So there's multiple actual benefits for it. But there's essentially 2 ways to do this. Number 1 is if you use heavier weights, you're gonna do every movement as sort of like a power style. So there's the power style of the form, which essentially uses a lot of that hip drive. So you're always gonna be essentially like pushing the hips back, loading it up, loading up the legs, and from there you're gonna push, boom, and the arms just continue with that motion. The other version that you can do with this, if you use lighter weights, is the bodybuilding style. You can do every repetition in a very clean manner. So essentially, you can do your bicep curl like this way. You can just control everything better and do smaller movements with your body. And that turns this routine into a whole nother piece. See, the difficulty is not so much about like if I'm using more weight. You could be using less weight, but if you choose a different execution, it will be equally hard. But if you choose a heavy weight, it will always be hard, no matter what kind of execution you use. The heavyweight always turns this exercise, in the end you're gonna do them in the most economical way possible, because otherwise you just can't keep on doing them because the weight is just too heavy, so you're forced to use more body mechanics. That is the Sveppers series, dig out from the pits of the MMA conditioning wrestling right now, brought to you so you can get strong like a bear.